Howdy folks, welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. We are doing Leg 18, number 50 state series today. We're in Kentucky, and I titled this one Pine Mountain because when I was looking at a place to fly, I saw this long stripe or long strip along the border, southern border of Kentucky in Sky Vector that said Pine Mountain. So that's what we're going to do. I don't see any mountains right now. Actually, as I say that, I see one peeking over back there in the background, but we're going to see what this means, this Pine Mountain thing in Sky Vector. We're going to check it out for ourselves. We're in the Twin Otter. That way, if we have to do a little bit of, not really bush flying, but if we have to maneuver on mountains, we're able to do so in something like this. Oh, there are some mountains behind us. Okay. All right. I should have looked before I spoke. There are some mountains around here. Crazy wind. Real world weather is turned on, although I raised the clouds to the base of 9,000 feet because the base of the clouds right now were below our altitude. So if I kept the clouds where they were, we wouldn't see anything. We'd be flying completely in clouds, fogged in the entire time. So world weather's turned on, except for raising the clouds. The reason why I say that is look at that windsock. We have a 30 knot wind right now at the ground. So we'll see how this goes. I might have to turn off weather to land. I'm not going to try to land in 30 knots. I'll try to take off in 30 knots, though, because the winds are coming from 300, and we have runway 27 right there to the left. We're starting out here just short of the runway because it's an unmodeled airport, and we don't have a choice. So that's where we're going to start. So simple as that. Oh, sunrise, by the way. That sun is rising, not setting. Again, the northern hemisphere is screwed up in the sim. It should be bright daylight right now. It's almost 8 a.m. It gets daylight at like 6 in the morning. So I don't know. I still have to check that out and see why the sun is opposite in the northern hemisphere in the summer. But otherwise, we got some things started in the cockpit. We have external lighting on, external power on. So therefore we have our lights on and things. There's our big GPU right there. Before people board though, we were turned on no smoking and fasten seatbelt. To get them ready, we'll turn this on too. Turn on the fans. And otherwise, we are ready to start this thing up, I think. First thing we're going to do is close their door. And make sure the parking brake is set, which is right there in the center. We're going to do fuel and payload, which is in this book somewhere down here. I haven't flown this plane in a long time either. I keep talking about doing 5 in a row. I think that's going to be my next series. All right, so if we fill this up with people, we're going to have an issue with it tipping over when we do the fuel. So it's tipping backwards because they're people. So let's put sandbags in the front to level it off. And then for fuel, let's keep it balanced this time. Normally we use more fuel in the front. But let's keep the fuel balanced and instead add cargo or sandbags to the front to level it off. Let's do it that way this time. I think that should take care of it. And just to verify, we are level. Alright, so fuel and payload, what is next? Alright, so next thing to do then is hop down here like this and remove the control lock so no one can steal the aircraft. Come up here and switch this to battery, everything will flicker. There we go, I love it when it does that. DC master turns on. Remove the GPU, which we do from that little black book right here. And while we're here, we will close the baggage doors. We won't be able to see them close because we're inside, but it's just faster that way than zooming around and spinning around and stuff. Okay, so here we go. Remove the GPU. We did that. We're going to do the POS and anti-collision now, and as well as a flight compartment. Emergency lights to arm. Where do those things go? And they're down up here. Oh yeah, up to go down in that one for some reason. There we go. Turn on the GPS. Already is in this version. Okay, that's fine. Let's turn on the other radios then. I think we just push. Yes, push and they turn on for all these ones. That's a spinny wheel though. Not using ADF, but I like when it says ADF. Flight plan. Do we have a flight plan? No. Yes. Maybe. We do have a flight plan that I can print out. But I think... No, because we're in the mountains. I was thinking maybe we'll just go visual, but no, let's use the GPS approach because of the mountains. So let me get that together, and I'll be back in a moment. Oh, how I love the power of editing. What you didn't see is that little blip was 45 minutes for me because I had to run up and get my flight plan off the printer that I forgot to grab, and then my wife just got home, and then the neighbor was in the backyard, and I just had a whole evening just between cuts and scenes here. So here we go. There's only one GPS possibility for a destination airport, which I forgot to say where we are and where we're going. I did tell you about the Pine Mountain thing, but we're at Pike County Airport in Pikeville, Kentucky, KPBX. We're going to go to I-35 and not the interstate I-35, but we're going to go to Tucker-Guthrei, I think, Memorial Airport in Baxter, Kentucky. So because where we're going towards the airport, if we take the GPS approach, we have to do a complete 180 turnaround. And I found a one-way point that would work to get us lined up, but we'd be super far away from this mountain thing I want to check out. So what we're going to do is just going to put the GPS approach in the GPS, but then we will kind of break from the IFR thing and go VFR. We're pretty much VFR anyway, and that's the point of this flight, but I just want a GPS approach. So then we'll break free from the GPS, probably use the heading bug, navigate around, make a more gradual approach into the GPS approach. We'll see what the winds are. Like right now, I think they're like 30 knots, I said. So if it's crazy wind, I'll turn out the winds. If they're not crazy, then we'll try. It's offset approach, 10-degree offset, and there are 5 mountains in the way, 6 mountains in the way. Airport elevation is 1,500, but we've got mountains 1,800 to 3,800 all around the airport. So there's only one way in, and if you miss, you got to take a super sharp turnaround to do your hold. Okay, so there we go. Let me see. Let's get this in here then. Let's do flight plan. And let's clear this out. Can I... Oh, wait, this is the clicky one. Every airplane is a little different. So we want to click... No, dang it. Back up. Click the inner one, I think. Okay, you know what? Normally I don't need to pop this out. But I might have to here. Because we need... There we go. There's the inner one. Nope. There we go. Jeez. Okay, so what am I doing? We'll put in... Let's see, 5, 10... I don't think we need a 10-mile approach. Let's do the 5-mile. Let's hit the fixed Jexil, Jexil. Alright, Juliet Echo, X-Ray Indigo Lima. There we go. And then after that is... I don't know, Ekig, Echo Charlie Golf Indigo Golf. Let's put that in there. And notice I'm back to putting the flight plan in, or the GPS in manually. I could do the built-in approach thing, which has worked the last 3 out of 3 times, but because I want to break free and do some sightseeing, I don't want to be, like tied to this big loop, because I know it's going to loop us around because of the angle. I'm just going to put it manually, so that's what we're doing. And then Indigo 3, 5, whoops, there we go, there's that one, and there we go. Alright, we'll go direct to Jexil, sort of. Well, how do I get down there? There we go. So we'll sort of go direct there. What does this look like? I want to know what this looks like. No, I'm not going to be able to tell. Alright, never mind, let's just keep this at 100. For now, it'll pop in when we spin around though. And otherwise, let's see, backing up a moment here, what else do we need? I think that's fine. Let me go back to my checklist now. Alright, so next is the test of caution light. So I think this one is up to actually go up. Yes, it is. And what's my caution light preset thing? There it is, right there. Good, we can turn this back on. Let's keep it on bright because it's going to be daylight before we know it. Close the baggage doors we already did. Now we're going to close the passenger door like so. And then we'll hop up front and we'll close our own door. And the co-pilot door is already closed. Yes, it is. So we are ready then to start this thing up. So fuel boost, is it this preset? It's this preset. There we go. Fuel boost. Boost and boost. Overhead. We set all of our levers here nice and slowly so it doesn't screw up our prop or our yoke, which I need to actually set this preset to like the other one so I know if my yoke is doing that crazy thing. Let's just go like that. This will now be my main view. There we go. All right, back to the checklist. Fuel levers forward, and they are. Throttles a quarter forward, and they are. Both engine igniters, which I don't know what's on and what's off anymore, just whatever. Both, there we go. Flick engine to the left to start it. And if everything is right, we should have an engine starting up here. Let's hop down here. Yeah, that works for our gauges. Everything's spinning up, spinning around, that's good. So what is next? Repeat for right engine. And here we go. And then hop down here and see that everything is spinning around. And it is. Good. We have two engines. Of course, we can look outside. And we do. We can look inside. And we do. Excellent. All right. Generators next. Generators are up here. We go to reset. And then back on. And then reset. Back on. And what is that? Engine igniters can come off now. So turn those off. Everything is still running. That's good. Air bleed on. It says there are two of them. Yes, there are. Temperature control. Let's warm it up a little bit. It's a cool morning. We'll do auto for that. And manual warm for that, I guess. De-icer. Yep. 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 Keep that. I don't know what this stuff does, to be honest. I need to look it up. Good enough. Looks fun. Pytot heat. Right there. Make sure all warnings and cautions are out, and they are. I think it's this one. This one. They are. And taxi lights on. And we will begin our taxi. Alright, not much of a taxi, so we will do props forward, actually. Let's go in here for that. Props forward a little bit. Parking brake off. Oh my gosh, the wind is blowing us. Look. Look, the wind is blowing us totally sideways. Oh my gosh, I have like no control. That was crazy. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. I have full right rudder just to go straight. Oh my goodness, this is going to be the funniest takeoff you've ever seen. Oh my word. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. I probably can already see myself turning the wind off, though. Why do the taxi... Oh, because the taxiway and runway are slightly different angles. That's really interesting. Oh my gosh. It's taking so much throttle just to go... Oh, this is going to be a hilarious takeoff. Alright. I realized I skipped my barometer setting, I think. Let me just double check once we get inside. I just have to get up here to the line to get out of the way of that other runway. Oh, this is going to be a riot. Oh, this is going to be a funny takeoff. Alright, let's stop here. Oh my gosh. Okay, set the parking brake. Still kind of blowing us around. Alright, let me check something here. Alright, let's get the weather here. I somehow skipped over this. I got distracted when I had to get my flight plan and talk to the neighbors. Alright, 2999er, 300 at 10, at 30. So we're at 27, closer we're going to get to 300. So it's going to be insane. So 27, that means from the right will be a little bit crosswind. That's going to be awesome. 2999 is what we care about right now. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, close, close, and close. There you go. 29er, 9er, 9er, there's 29er, 9er, 9er, right there. Alright. Flaps, let's see, enter runway, test reversers. Oh yeah, that's right. Half the time the reversers don't work in this. Half the time you tip over. Let's put props forward. Test the reversers. And they're working. Good. Okay. And let's get that parking brake set again. Bring those props back a little bit for right now. Alright, test reversers we did. Flaps 10. We have a little gauge on the between the windows there. Flaps 10. Lighting can come off now. People are starting to get nervous. Oh, I never turned it on. Okay, never mind. Off. Okay, turn that off. What else turns off? Taxi lights can come off. Landing lights are going to come on. Start the clock, which is over here in this one, same as the other airplanes, but it's just in the corner. There we go. Props forward. We should feel the torque up a little bit. And we are ready to go. This is going to be quite the takeoff, I must say. 65 to 70 knots. IS hold for climb. And there we go. Parking brake is off. Throttle's forward and full left rudder just to go kind of to the left. Oh boy, full left rudder and I can't even go left anymore. Oh, this is hilarious. Airspeed is alive. There's our takeoff speed already. Get off the ground. Brakes to stop those wheels. No gear because it's fixed. Flaps coming in. Let's go level and get our speed here. Oh my gosh, this is something else. That wasn't actually so bad, was it? Looks beautiful though. Looks absolutely stunning. Wow. Oh, we're like on a little cliff. We're like on a plateau. Well, this is cool. It'd be fun to land here. It'd be very challenging. Look at that. We're like on a plateau that's taller than the surrounding terrain. I guess so, because we're already at 2,000 feet. So, well, that is really neat. Oh, look at that. Let's get outside. Wow, that's something else. And the wind is making us go like crazy here. Well, I mean, I knew this was going to be beautiful because I knew we were in the mountains, but I didn't know it was going to be this beautiful. I love that morning haze. Hasn't burned off yet. But you can see why I had to raise the clouds, because this would be completely cloud cover right now. Well, that is awesome. Alright, well, we have to fly a plane, unfortunately. We're not here for a sightseeing trip, as much as I really want to sightsee. Jeez. Actually, I just contradicted myself, didn't I? We are doing a sightseeing trip. We're going to check out these mountains, but first we still have to fly a plane. So let's increase our rate of climb. Actually, rate of climb is pretty high, even though our climb speed is a lot faster than normal. Let's pop down here and do IS hold. See if that engages autopilot. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I really haven't figured that out altogether here. Let's move our heading bug to where we are. Just hold heading right now, just so I can figure out what's going on. So what do we want to climb to? Let's see, our approach. When we get to our approach, we want to be at 4,000 feet. But we got to be careful of the mountains around us. Well, that gives us 1,000 feet or more above all the terrain. Okay, so 4,000 feet. Let's go to like, I don't know, let's cruise at what? Let's cruise at 8,000. It's already in there. No, let's cruise at 6,000. I want to be able to see stuff. We'll cruise at 6,000. So we want to do alt alert, I think, because that's like a second part of the autopilot. There's this simple thing, then there's this added thing. So we'll just climb at our speed was at 110. That is really fast for a climb rate. Normally it's like in the 90s, but whatever. We'll use that because that's what I set it at. And alt alert is set for the 6,000 because if we hit alt here, it would hold our current alt. This is for that alt. So we'll just do that. Come over here, set this to GPS, and then we'll set this to nav, and it should make us go to the left, and it does, because I can see the attitude indicator. There we go. We're going to fly towards the airport, but like I said, this is going to get us right over the airport in this like super sharp 180-degree turnaround, so we're not really going to do that. Once we get closer, we'll kind of veer out to the right a little bit, and then have a nice gradual comeback. So we'll use the heading bug to get out here, and then we'll pop back into GPS with nav and come back there. So we'll keep that like that. Let's just keep it like, well, let's see. We need to know where that airport is. Let's just do that. So anyway, we're all set. Manual lights can come off. No, they can't, because we're never going to reach 10,000. So never mind. We're just going to fly at 6,000. See what we can. It's kind of hazy. Well, that's okay. We've had so many mountain flights with clear skies. It'll be kind of nice to have a hazy mountain flight. When I was in the Blue Mountains in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Smoky Mountains, Blue Mountains, Appalachian Mountains, the mountains in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, it would look like this. So this has some memories. I think we're ready to call this cruise, though. We're coming up on $6,000. We're going to leave all the lights on. No barometer to change because we're not going above 18,000. No lights to turn off because we're not going above 10. I guess since we're GA, we could turn the landing lights off. But we're not going to. We're going to keep them on. IS is holding our climb rate. And we'll speed up like crazy once we level off. So mainly we're going to sightsee. We'll adjust our direction in a little bit. Otherwise, that is it. I don't have any stories about Kentucky, other than I've only been to Kentucky for the airport, the Cincinnati, Greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Airport. I've been to that little German town just south of Cincinnati on the Kentucky side. I've been there. I think we touched Kentucky on our honeymoon. We started in Cincinnati. Of course we did. We touched West Virginia too, because we came down, followed the river, randomly ended up in Gatlinburg for honeymoon, which is not in Kentucky, it's in Tennessee. So we'll talk about that when we, do our Tennessee flight. Otherwise, sightseeing trip in these hazy mountains. Kind of new scenery for us. Haven't seen that in a while. So no engine management in this airplane, unless you want to. Otherwise, autopilot is doing its thing now. We're speeding up. So nothing to do till I want to use heading hold to navigate towards the airport. So I will catch you in a little bit. And why do I have a phone ringing? Alright, I apologize for the very short sightseeing, but I forgot to put in a vertical navigation. And that phone ringing was my work phone that rings never outside of work hours, so that shocked me. Sorry about that. I couldn't edit it out because of what I was saying. So anyway, let's move along though. Vertical nav, we want to be at, what did I say, 4,000 feet. Whoop, that's right, this doesn't have scroll wheel on this one. 4,000 feet at Jexel. So Jexel, and 800 feet per minute. There we go. Boom, 4,000 feet at Jexel, 800 feet per minute. That's all there is to that. So 16 minutes will come down at 800 feet per minute. I have the 800 feet per minute chosen, selected by the way, because of the B1900D. When you hit descend, it just goes to that. So I probably could adjust that for this airplane, but we'll do 800 feet per minute. Why not? Otherwise, that'll be offset a little bit when we start moving out to the right to catch this U-turn. We'll worry about that when time comes. Alrighty, that's what I wanted to say. Everything else I think is going to stay the same. Yeah, we're cruising right along now. So a lot of the same stuff for the next, 16 minutes for me till I jump back in here. But it'll just be a minute or two for you. And I'll catch you then. Alright, so I'm coming back in with some narration again in the middle of sightseeing, but that's because I think that's Pine Mountain thing that I was looking for. Pretty confident, based on the maps, that this is the Pine Mountain here, running along this long ridge. So clearly it's Mountain Peak. I wonder if the Appalachian Trail goes over that. I should look that up. I know the Appalachian Trail comes through here. I would imagine it does. I'm pretty sure it does. Otherwise, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong in editing. Another benefit of editing. Otherwise, it's been the same thing for, what, has it been 13 minutes? It says 14 and a half minutes. It's been the same thing, so I don't think we need to do much more sightseeing in terms of cutting away, so I think we'll just get this plane ready to go. 10 minutes till we have to descend. I was looking at this off camera, and maybe we won't, I don't know, maybe we will just ride this all the way in and take a super sharp left turn. I mean, there's some terrain in the way, but at that area the terrain is only maxes out at 3,200 feet, and we'll be at 4 grand, so we should be fine. If we're coming from the other way, we'd have a problem, but coming from the northeast, we should be fine. So maybe we'll just ride it out, just to see what it does. Otherwise, that's it there. We'll do a few views out the window, but not any more long sightseeing. We're done with that. It's all the same thing, although there are some cute little rivers down there. But otherwise, I'll catch you in not 12 minutes, it's like 9 minutes. Catch you in 9 minutes for me, a couple seconds for you. Alright, so if we pull up our map and we click on our destination, which is right here, and we look and we've got same thing, insane wind. Our only airport though for GPS because of the terrain is runway 8. That's the only one because there's these high mountain peaks all around here. At least according to the map that I'm looking at from AirNav. So, let's just go for it. Why not? I mean, in real life you can't turn off the wind. So we are going to land, essentially, with a 30 knot tailwind. Oh my goodness. Okay. 29er. Whoop, that doesn't change, so that's the same. And otherwise, let's see what we got here. 3 minutes to descent. Now, looking at this really strange turnaround, I'm afraid we're not going to be turned around. Oh, no, because there's another thing. Never mind. I was thinking this was the runway. I'm like, we're not going to be able to turn around and straighten out by here. But yes, we will, because this is the last waypoint. I think it's only half mile, though. Let me see. Juxel, yeah, there's half mile from there to the airport. And, that should be okay. So we're going to leave it. We're just going to follow the GPS without making any changes. So all we care about now is our descent. So let's get that ready. We're going to go all the way down. Let's bring this all the way down. 4,000 levels off in case we get there too soon. And then at the last minute we'll be in manual anyway. So let's get that ready. And then I'm totally drawing the space. Oh, alt alert again, I think. MDA would be mad. We don't want to do MDA because that would engage autopilot at that altitude even if it's not on. So we don't want MDA for this. Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank how to descend? I'll just do alt alert and then pull throttles back, whatever. And then just use IS hold. Or maybe I'll just use the IS hold anyway. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Oh, wait. The scenery just changed and it's absolutely amazing. It's less bumpy. Okay, so this must be that Pine Mountain Ridge thing, because clearly there's a ridge here. If you look all around, we got bumpy mountains, but then we have this long ridge that we could see from way back to, way back there. So that must be our Pine Mountain. That's why we're here. And I'm going to look up the area after I fly and see what there's to, see what's going on there. Anyway, what are we doing? Descend the target in about a minute. I'm kind of nervous if you can't already tell. So anyway, approach checklist here. Destination, yes. Decision height determined, yes. Landing lights, doesn't matter. They've been on the whole time. Approach 100 knots. Touchdown is 75 at flaps 30. Which means our ground speed is going to be like well over 100. Because we have to do IAS, airspeed, 75. But then we have a 30 knot tailwind, which you have to overcome. So our ground speed will be over 100 knots. Wow, this is going to be terrible landing. Just terrible. All right, let's descend. So what do you want to do? Let's bring back throttles a little bit so we can start slowing down, I guess, a little bit. No, we don't need to slow down. Let's do IS hold. Like this. So then the theory is if I bring back throttles, we'll just tip down because IS hold should bring us back up to 150, right? Is it going to work that way? That's the theory. We should hold at 150. So if I bring back throttles, it's going to point us down to keep that 150, right? Alt alert, does that work descending too? I think. I don't know. I just know it's not MDA because that's minimum descent altitude. That means 4,000 if we hit MDA. It will even turn on autopilot at 4,000 even if autopilot's off. Which we don't want to worry about. We don't want to deal with. Anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on this terrain. And I'm going to keep my throttle so that we descend at 800 feet per minute. Right now it's 1,000. Yeah, IS worked. It brought us back to 150. Okay, so it's working today the way it's supposed to. At least the way I use it is working. Throttles, got to bring back. Okay, there's 800. Boom. All right, we are set. That is our descent checklist. Not much else to do now other than wait this out and watch this turn and hope we don't run into terrain on the way. I mean, I'm following the approach, 4,000 at Jexel, and that is our next waypoint. And a minute and a half is 4,000. We need to come down 1,000. That should work. I mean, it says 4,000 at Jexel. We gotta turn around though. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. I'm probably gonna end up winging it. I'm just putting my approach paper to the side. I'm not gonna look at it. We're just gonna wing it using our GPS and our altitude altimeter. That's it. All right. A couple seconds of sightseeing, and it will just be seconds this time. And then we'll get back in this plane, and we'll manage our approach. Another tricky one. Okay, so where's this airport? And it didn't make that turn, did it? I didn't think it was going to make that turn. Oh, brother. Alright, let's do something here. Let's go. Whoops. Yes. Yep. Yep. There we go. I think we need to intervene a little bit here. Because things are getting kind of crazy. What are we at? We're at 4,000, so we're holding 4,000. So it did work, but now we have to come down. Because now we are past Jexel. So here we go. I'm going to take over. Autopilot is disengaged. And we need to find an airport that I can't see. Is that it right there? Where is this airport? Where is this thing? Like I said, if we have to go around, we need to do a very tight U-turn and come all the way back out here in order to make it. So what was our airport elevation? 1,500, I think. Yeah, 1,600. So where are we at? Let's bring back throttles and slow this thing way down. Way down. We're at 34. We got to come down a lot in a very quick amount of time. And now the wind is kicking in. I still don't see an airport out here anywhere. And we're only 30 seconds out. And we got to come down several thousand feet. Where is this airport? There it is, right off the nose. Wow. Okay, we got to come down steep. And I see now, okay, so the GPS wants us to come out from there a little bit. Okay, here we go. Look at this wind. We're being blown sideways. Look at this. Look at this. I'm turning left, but look, we're actually moving towards the airport. We're being blown completely sideways right now. I don't think I'm going to get my speed down enough. Well, maybe I will. We might try a no-flap landing because of our tailwind. We're not going to have enough runway because of this tailwind. Oh my goodness. I don't think we're going to have enough. We might have to go around. Actually seems like it'd be easier to come from the other way, but this is the only approach. Yeah, let's see. We need to go around. I think, yeah, let's go around. Nope. Not gonna work. Alright, here we go. Flaps are already in. Fuel tank is selected. We're gonna go around. It says to make a tight turn to the right. Like a really tight turn to the right, and then try again. Okay, I was really hoping we wouldn't have to do that, but that U-turn at Juxel screwed us up just like I thought. Whoa. I don't know. Look at the crosswind. See that? We're being blown sideways. Look at this. That is so funny. Alright, here we go. Really, 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 really tight turn. Making sure we don't descend or ascend. Let's try to stay level while we make this turn. Best we can. I know that's super steep turn, but I'm doing it on purpose. Trying to crane my head around here to see what's going on. Oh my goodness. That's intense. Let's see. So we're going to come back. We should see the airport any moment. I think, or did I go too far? Maybe I went too far. I really don't care at this point. I'm just trying to... Nope, airport's to the right. Gotta keep going. I need to set my heading bug so I know where the runway is. The airport should be up here in front of us, I think. Somewhere. Where are we going over right now? Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, so here we go. We're going to make this U-turn. And I think it's runway 9. So let's set our heading bug to about 90-ish. Whoa, whoa. Gusts of wind. Let's see, bring this all the way back to about 90, which would be east. I'm spinning the heading bug at the bottom of your screen. Now we know where the runway is and approximate. It's approximate orientation. Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once right now. Look at this wind. This is crazy. So, I mean, it looks like you should be able to land from the other way, right? That actually looks like it'd be an easier approach than the GPS approach based on the train. I would really like to take runway 27 so we don't have a 30 knot tailwind. Look at this. We're getting blown sideways again. Look at that. That's crazy. I mean, I'd rather... But this is the only published approach, so... It doesn't mean a visual landing on 27 is out of the question, though. This is just the only published instrument approach to runway 9. I don't know, because I don't have AirNav open, I don't know if landings are allowed at both directions. I'm just going off of my GPS approach. We're going to come out to this city, because this is where Juxel is, right over this mountain town. And we're going to try again. Now, that gives me another story quickly about mountain towns. When we did go on our honeymoon through Tennessee and a little bit of Kentucky, West Virginia, I loved driving through the mountains and seeing these little towns like this, where there's nothing. And then all of a sudden, there's this little town at the base of some mountains. And then that's it. Like, run one road in, a little community, same road out. And I actually knew a gal that lived in one of them. Actually, she lived on the top of the mountain. So there's a mountain town, like, built into the side of her mountain. She had the only house on top of the mountain. And the views from her parents' yard, this was in college, so it was her parents' yard, was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever seen. It was pretty much like this, but in her yard. And then she would look down onto the mountain built into the side of her house, or the side of, look down on the town built into the side of the mountain. It's pretty spectacular. Alright, so we know our runway should be coming up here based on our heading bug, so we're just going to keep coming down. We're at 2,600 feet. The mountains are above us, but if we take this path, we should be able to see this runway again and come down at a much more reasonable approach. I think I see the runway up there. Yeah, it's that patch. So let's come through here. Gosh, this tailwind. I'm bringing throttles back and it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. This is insane. I just want to go as slow as we can without sinking too much here. Have a nice slow approach because our ground speed is going to be way faster than our indicated airspeed. That reminds me, I used to have a blog. Gosh, the late 90s, early 2000s. I had a blog called Indicated Airspeed. It was a flight simulator blog back before YouTube and stuff. I blogged all my flights. I totally forgot about that. I can't see my flap indicator. Yeah, I can. There's 30. All right, let's just try to not die. Yeah, I forgot about that. Indicated airspeed. Yeah, blogspot.com. Oh my gosh, that was back in the day. Huh. Weird time to think of that. Look at this crosswind from the left. So if I want to do a crosswind landing, it would be left rudder down, or left wing down, right rudder, slam the left main down. Oh, we're going to stall. Let's not stall. So remember now, we're doing 70 IS, but it's really like 100 something ground. So let's try this. We have nothing to lose. Left, right rudder, pull back. Oh my gosh. Nose wheel gently, full right rudder. I did it. Oh, we're going to tip because of the wind. Oh my gosh. Reversers. Come on. Reversers to 40, let go. I have full right rudder and we're going left. Now my rudder's kicking in. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're getting blown. We're getting blown over. Oh, we did it. I am pretty confident this does not have a demonstrated 30 knot crosswind landing component to it. But we did it. As soon as we get off this thing, I'll tell you what happened here and why we started tipping over. But our landing was great. Our crosswind landing was textbook perfect, including not slamming the nose wheel down. But then once we were down, the wind was, once I put the brakes on and started slowing down, the wind was so strong that it blew us to the side. That wasn't me at all. That was the crosswind component blowing us sideways, not me. I had nothing to do with that. I couldn't overcome that. But wow, that was amazing. I can't believe I did it. Wow, I'm like shocked. Okay, let's get off of this thing and recover here and get this thing ready to taxi. Look at we're getting blown again. I'm holding the brakes and we're like, look at I'm holding the brakes and look at it's spinning us sideways. Okay, let's get this thing ready to go here. So what do we need to do? First of all, we need to turn off the clock. 37 flight time, much longer than I thought. I'm kind of like shaking right now. I know it's just a simulator, but holy moly. Turn on the general entrance. People can start collecting their things. Turn on the taxi lights. Turn off the landing lights. We already stopped the clock. That's it. Let's taxi out of here. Now watch. I'm going to let go of the parking brake. And look at. We're going to that's the wind. Look at. Left rudder. Doesn't matter. Right rudder. Doesn't matter. Look at this. Full left rudder. And we're going sideways like we're on ice. This is insane. I have the props still forward. I'm not bringing them back to taxi or anything. They're full forward. Full forward. Fuel is full forward. Everything's full forward just to get going and overcome this wind. Left rudder is all the way left. And we're going straight. Oh my gosh. That was something else. Wow. Okay. So I bet now if we were to get enough speed like this, we'd tip over again. Yep, because see, we're facing the other way and we're starting to tip. See? So yeah, I had no control over the tipping. Do you see the smoke come out of the left wheel? Because it keeps going up a little bit and coming down. Yeah, that tip thing, I couldn't overcome that at all. So that, wow. Wow. I can't believe I'm so happy. All right, let's go over here to this house. If I can't go left. The wind's too strong. I can't go left. Come on. Let's go. Let's stop here. Stop. Okay, stop. Now watch what happens. Look at that's the wind. It's doing that to us. Bring back the props. It's still going to spin us around. Look at even faster now that the prop torque. Oh my gosh. Parking brake. Stop. That is hilarious. All right, parking brake is set. Taxi lights can come off. They're way up here somewhere. Taxi lights can come off. Props to feather already did. GPS and radio is off. Because it's dangerous to turn your electronics off with everything on. I mean, your engine's off with electronics on. Yeah, that's going to stay on, though. I don't think... We can turn it on, but we can't turn it off or something. Fuel boost can come off. Fuel levers, which are above our head, can come off. These other lights now can come off, such as that one and that one. Fasten seatbelt. Let's turn that one off. Let's turn this off as well. Oops. Come on, that can come off. That can come off. All this comes off. Basically, everything we turned on gets turned off now. Let's turn that off. That can go all the way up. Keep the fans on though. We need to put external power on before we up to external power, please. I really want the external power to turn. Oh, it is on. Well, that's right. Some of the stuff does turn off. Oh, no, I know why. In this version, we have to hook up the GPU. I'm thinking of the... There we go. I'm thinking of the old version where you just flip the switch. And this one, you actually have to hook up GPU. Okay, so there we go. That's fine. That's off. Why is that still on? Whoa, delay. There we go. Let's turn that on because we can. Otherwise, I think we're good. Whew, that was something else. Here's my click spot. I saw you. I know you're there. Anyway. Wow, that was something else. I worked up a sweat with that one. I can't believe I landed this thing. The landing itself was pretty outstanding. The tip over wasn't me. I'm going to keep saying that because that kind of ruined the effect. But that, I couldn't have helped that. Wow. Okay. We did it. We made it. That's why I took this plane. I told you we were taking this plane for a reason. And it came through for us. No other plane would have done that. We would have died in any other plane. So anyway, welcome to Kentucky, from Kentucky. Perfect timing. My family just got home from Grandpa's, I think. I think they were watching a sporting event with Grandpa. So perfect time to wrap this up. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for your continuing support. If you're new to my channel or just discovered me by accident, please like, please subscribe, please turn on notifications. Check out the playlist for the 50 state series. I know we have a lot left. We have like 30 left, but it's going great. We've had so many brand new experiences just in this series. It's been the best thing ever. So, Lake 19 might be next, or I might have a subscriber request. I actually don't know what's going on next. I have to plan a few flights, and when I do, catch you then.